2024 can be characterized as one of the most interesting political years thus far. This video is going to take a look at some of the political highlights of the 2020s and perhaps give a bit of insight into where we may be going. Let's have a look.
To be clear, we reject the ICC's application for arrest warrants against Israeli leaders. Whatever these warrants may imply, there is no equivalence between Israel and Hamas. And it's clear Israel wants to do all it can to ensure civilian protection. But let me be clear. Contrary to allegations against Israel made by the International Court of Justice, what's happening is not genocide. We reject that. We will always stand with Israel and the threats against its security.
I think that's a pretty ballsy statement by Joe Biden to actually have made that. Clearly reading a teleprompter, as they all do, one eye closed, and I guess unable to coherently put that into his own words is a little bit saddening. Also, given the state of that situation, I don't want to put too much commentary on that, so just in case I get cancelled for that. I don't think that what he said is justified, fair, or humane. And I believe that he is supporting injustice entirely. So, unfortunately, thus far, that's where we are, 2024.
We need job, Lion, we need job. Job, no rice. Job, no rice. Job, no rice.
So I believe that video, I think it's from Ghana or Uganda, and the people have obviously come together and rejected the government's assistance or help. So they provided them with rice, and the people kind of rejected it, started throwing it back because they want jobs. As the video explains, if you've come across it before, you probably have a little bit deeper insight on that. But it's pretty interesting that in Africa, where people are kind of, having certain opinions as to their lack of interest, their capabilities, and also just overall decline of social and economic status, that they too are sick and tired. And I think they've been sick and tired for a long time, coming from an African, although not from the Central African countries where they are a little bit more stricken with poverty, etc. It's interesting to see that they're rejecting government's assistance of food, because food is something easy to consumption, right? They want jobs. They actually are demanding jobs from the government. Respect.
You're a dictator through genocide, Joe! Tens of thousands of
I must say, it's videos like this that makes me glad I did not pursue politics as a career. First of all, I don't think it's a career choice. I think it's like a family mafia business connect deal situation. Because let's say that guy shouted, "I love you, Joe Biden, you're the best president ever." They wouldn't send the Secret Service to go and escort Mr. Outside. The fact that he's pointing out a fact that the USA is kind of involved in, it is again, saddening, disheartening to our humanity. And kind of, it raises a lot of questions as to the credibility of these leaders that we've elected or chosen to represent us through our voting systems, which I think is a complete scam. There's no ways we can actually believe that our individual vote has gone through a simple, beautiful process and resulted in your vote being correct. Yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Let's see what Poland's saying.
Doctors, we don't need your engineers. You know why? Because there's a zero terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there's no illegal migration in Poland. Let me give you some data about Poland and Polish democracy. The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday.
Children.
A lot of politicians give a really good speech, right? Although the facts regarding this, or at least I'm not going to consider them facts, the opinions, the social opinions of people, comments that I've read on the internet of Polish people themselves, explaining that those statistics are based on the fact that there's nobody really in Poland anymore. A lot of Polish have apparently left and are working in the rest of Europe. So, low debts, low unemployment, because there's just no jobs potentially. I know Poland is a relatively cheap country within Europe, but they also don't have the best history. I don't think that they are one of the top European countries. Obvious reasons. They've got a lot of social injustice. As in my previous video, you probably saw a bit of a clip there in regards to supposed racism in Poland. So they've got their issues. So that's just another example of A, why I did not pursue this as a career path, and B, it's all just speeches. Smoke and bloody mirrors. Nobody means a damn thing.
In North Gaza, bomb them. Children in South Gaza, bomb them. Ambulances picking up amputated children, bomb them. On their way to the hospital, bomb it. Reporters writing stories about the bombs, yes, bomb them. UN workers giving out aid, bomb them and bomb it. Okay, but the United States is saying that we have to let some through. Airdrop it. Perfect, the airdrops actually killed more kids. Tragic. Now what? Actually, that's a very good question. Did we bomb the hospitals? Yes. Oh, right. Bomb them again. Okay, some of the neighboring countries are actually getting upset. Which ones? Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. Bomb. The Houthis in Yemen are getting good press. Call up the New York Times. Get me New York Times. Yeah. Iranian-backed militia. Got it. And what about Hezbollah? An Iranian-linked terror group. Got it. Okay, the famine worked and now our hostages are being starved. Nothing a nice little bombing can't fix. Certainly. Just one second. Yeah, the press is asking about those hospitals. You mean Hamas spitals. Right. Hamas battalions, we must crush them all. Okay, and what about the mosque we just bombed? That's a Hamas.
I'm not going to comment on that one for obvious reasons. I just started this channel. I would like to keep it that way.
He's not a political man, but he has stumbled into a massive political statement with his latest video. In the video, he gathers what he says is one person from every country on Earth to compete in his own Olympics, battling for $250,000. The concept is outlandish, and the production value is crazy, and it's everything that you expect from Mr. Beast's video, but the politics come in on what countries he chose to include and how he depicted them on a map. Korea, for example, got one representative rather than one for the country of North Korea and one for the country of South Korea. Hong Kong got its own competitor, while Taiwan and Tibet didn't, when all three are in territorial disputes with China, and a bunch of US and UK territories got separate representatives too. Throughout the video, Mr. Beast also uses a map that has some glaring errors, like using Georgia, the US state's flag, for Georgia, the country. He also uses the Taliban's flag for Afghanistan rather than the flag that the US and many other countries use to refer to the country. Now, it's likely that a lot of these geopolitical representations declarations are actually just a result of poor editing and a not very thorough thought process rather than outright declarations. But because Mr. Beast's platform is so large, at 178 million subscribers and the largest creator on YouTube, even if he didn't mean to make a political statement, he did. The reality is, he's publicizing and legitimizing different leaders' views on self-governance, basically what people they get to rule across the world, in ways he probably doesn't even realize. Mr. Beast has not commented on the video's reception, but we'll keep an eye out for it.
Have we ever tried?
I think that was a big waste of time. I have no disrespect towards Mr. Beast. I think he's an absolute genius for what he has done. The fact that he's actually created a game, and quite intelligent with his game creations for his shows. I don't think that this constitutes any misrepresented political instances, points, topics. He's trying. The fact that somebody can actually make a comment on his misrepresenting countries or leaders or viewpoints is extremely, extremely petty and lazy. This is another reason why I believe a lot of people in the political scene and sphere of life, working environment, tend to lack a good amount of intelligible skills. Now, a lot of people may listen to that and say, well, at least they're whatever, doing their job, making their money, whatever. But people then make comments like that, criticizing somebody that's as creative as him, and still trying to find a problem with it, shows a lot about the so-called idea of political correctness. I don't even think that that exists. I don't even think it's necessary, political correctness. And yeah, like I said, I do not pursue the career path, having studied it for 4 years. I think it is good information to have to navigate the world and to travel the world, in fact. Yeah, I think people could do better. They could do a little bit better with that political information that they have. Perhaps look at actual countries instead of another YouTuber who's given most of his money or a lot of it away, as opposed to trying to trash him and call him a poor editor or a lazy thinker.
To meddle in other countries' elections?
Oh, probably. But it was for the good of the system in order to avoid the communists from taking over. For example, in Europe, in 47, 48, 49, the Greeks and the Italians, we
don't do that now, though. We don't mess around other people's elections, Jim.
Only for a very good cause.
Can you do that?
Only for a very good cause in the interests of democracy.
All right, thank you.
I'm not going.
Yeah. For those of you that have studied politics and you took it a step further than just the man in the big Oval Office or president, and you went into the military side of things and why the idea of espionage and things exist, you came to realize that there's a lot of things that you just accepted because you know that it's way beyond your pay grade, for starters, and also you're just not trying to get in unnecessary trouble. So that's the most accurate, I guess, representation. Kind of reminds me of all the presidents. I don't know who the talk show host was. I think it was Jimmy Fallon or the other guy. There's another dude that has a late night talk show situation. Not Jimmy Fallon. And basically he asked 3 different presidents on different occasions. I think it was Bill Clinton, Bush, and Obama about the situation of hidden files, CIA files, aliens, blah, blah, all that stuff. And they all just said, we cannot confirm or deny. And that's when you think there's no point in looking at surface politics anymore. Shit's deeper than what it actually is. Let's leave it at that, because you can't get involved in it. It's not like you're going to rock up there like I'm Mr. Hero, I'm going to change and save the day. But if you know, you know. And it helps you keep a clear mind going forward in the world, looking at particular areas of life that you would like to associate yourself with. And yeah, let's leave it at that.
Anyway, I'm elected here.
We will assist you to go.
Wait.
This is representing my country, just by the way. Comedy.
We would like you to assist us. That's exactly what made you not to be a candidate of the Women's League. Exactly that. Your conduct has failed you to be a candidate for president because you are irrational, you are impatient, you are partisan. Even your own people have dumped you. After they told you you are their candidate, you went home to do telling ancestors you are going to be a president. After that, they dumped you because of this conduct. Exactly this conduct.
For those that don't know, this is former ANC Youth League leader Julius Malema, representing where I'm from. Our country is just pure politics. That's comedy politics, but it's funny. It's so serious. It's that funny. And he's started a political party, right? His name's Julius Malema. He started a political party called EFF, which means Economic Freedom Fighters. And every time there is a State of the Nation address or a parliamentary, what we call family meeting, people tune in not for, not to understand what's the political situation or climate. We tune in to laugh our asses off. It's that funny. They know it's that funny, these politicians. So that's just a little example of what we have, our politics. I love it. I hope it doesn't change that. I hope it changes for the better, but I hope it stays funny though. Cringe. Nah, Donald Trump knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah, I saw a few comments when this did take place. I think it was 2 years ago, obviously, when Queen was still alive. And people were criticizing Donald Trump, saying he's got such disrespect walking in front of the Queen like that, saying that he didn't know, he doesn't know. I do not think that a man of this caliber and financial status and logic was unbeknown to his actions on this day. He even paused, he looked, he knew what he was doing. The internet's beautiful, guys. It's absolutely amazing, especially when it comes to politics. Oh. Man, politicians are so petty with each other. Besides this guy, I like this guy. This guy, people hate him. People hate him for what he's done, for his actions in the world. I don't. I actually think that he is one of the most presidential presidents ever. Former military and not just lower ranking military. He's up there, right? He's got this cool calmness about him. He's a legend. I like him. Vladimir Putin, you're a G.
Lick the world. We cheer for Muslim athletes like Kareem and Joan Shanga.
Wow.
Kawawa. Ban on transgender Americans.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. It's a very exciting day around here. We'll have reaction.
I met alone with him, just he and I, and a simultaneous interpreter 68 times, 68 hours, 68 times, more than 68 hours. All right, God save the Queen, man.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We really appreciate it, and we love you. Thank you.
I might add, if I didn't, I'd be sleeping alone.
Man, this last one is pure comedy. I actually don't know how this guy got elected. It's pure comedy. He's damn near 100 years old. The mistakes are incredible. He's almost competing with my country's level of politics, which is just being a comedian, just being pure comedic material. I'm sure he's aware of it. I'm pretty sure that this cannot be real life. I'm sorry, but the current USA's presidential failures cannot be considered real life. It is too damn obscure. There's no ways that you can make that many mistakes, that you can talk completely without any sense making. But he's out here. He's out here. If you enjoyed this video, guys, if you have any other great political moments, let me know what they were. Comment in the description. Comment down below. Leave a like. Share the video with some friends. Thanks for watching.